Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 136 of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help crafters find unique ways to use products in their collections, and it's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what they need to get started. My name is Lindsay. I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers, and I have been a demonstrator now 20 years. I celebrated my 20th anniversary this month. So I have experienced a lot of crafting in my years, and I'm loving getting to share that with you and what I'm working on in my studio. It's an exciting time with Stampin Up because we have a lot of changes coming up in the next couple of months. So we're going to be talking about those today. Now, in honor of my 20th anniversary, today is the last day to be able to take advantage of a huge promotion that I'm calling Bling Bags. So when you place an order with me, and you must live in Canada to do that, you have, if your order reaches $60 before your shipping and tax, you are going to receive a Bling Bag from me. If you're local, you can make arrangements to pick it up. And if you live elsewhere, we can send that to you. Shipping, it's a big bag, so shipping is like about $18 to $19 depending on where you live. Hello, Susan. So let me show you. I have just a couple left, but this is the size of them. Do you want to see what's in it? So here's just one of them. So every Bling Bag includes a stamp set, and it's a new stamp set. They will all be cling or photopolymer. This one also has an embossing folder. So this one has two, so it's good for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. Baby Boss. This one also has some ribbon, some beautiful chevron neutral ribbon. You'll see that the products are all still in the package. Here we've got embellishments, even though they're retired products. This one, oh, I love these. These are, I won't open it, but can you guys see? It's like little stars. They're like little tiny star ornaments. Super cute. This one also has, oh, these are bows. They're like, paperclip bows? Yeah. We also have the cups and kettles dies included. Haven't seen this one for a while. I love the fork and the spoon and the knife. So cute. And this one also has sequins and washi tape. So as you can see, the value of this bag is more than $60. And this is a once in a lifetime shot. I only celebrate my 20th anniversary once. It's kind of a big deal. So I just wanted to say thank you to my crafting community for all of the years of joy and fun we've had together as we've crafted. So today's the last day, midnight tonight, get your orders in because you don't want to miss out on this. It's not happening ever again. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is we have a new annual catalog coming out in the beginning of May. And so this catalog will be retiring. So April's a big month because our retiring list comes out on April 4th. And there will be some discounted items in there. But what we've also learned is that we are having a color refresh. So we have 11 colors that are retiring from our core collection. So that doesn't include our in colors. Our in colors are something so totally different. So we've got 11 colors retiring, and now is the time to place an order for those. So everything is while supplies last. So that means if you have colors in your collection and you want to use an ink refill for it, get more cardstock for it, or maybe there's a color you've been holding off for and now you need to get it, do it now. In fact, I'd recommend doing it before April 4th because you never know how long these things are going to last. So watch April 4th for the retiring list. If you go on my online store, you'll be able to see instantly what's going to be the last chance items and what the discounted rates are going to be on those. However, for things like colors, I haven't heard that they're discounting those. I'd be surprised if they do, but those are going to sell out quickly. So if you have stuff in your collection, here is your warning. You're going to want to place your order for the refills and the cardstock so that you have those, okay? All right, public service announcement. Okay, friends, so let's get started. I have some really fun things to share with you today. We're going to be using some retired bundles as well as retired colors to just remind you of some of those old favorites that are going to be on our last chance list. So I'm going to do the awkward transition now so you can see my hands, and we're going to get started on some projects. Now is a really good time. The best compliment you can give me is to share this video with your friends, so go ahead and hit share and we can do some crafting together. All right, I'm just gonna zoom in, get my stand set up. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about these retiring colors. So as you know, we have 4 color families. There are the brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles. And in each color family, we have some retiring colors. So in the brights family, we have Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point. In the neutrals, we have Mary Merlot, Soft Suede, and Sahara Sand. In the regals collection, we have Rich Raspberry. And then in the subtles, every one of these are sad for me. The Blushing Bride, So Saffron, Pear Pizzazz, and Mint Macaron. Although I do have to say I'm happy to see Pool Party is still in our collection because I think that would probably be cause for me to completely retire. Okay, so as you can see, we've got these 11 colors here. And like I mentioned, you'll want to just be cognizant of ensuring that you've got what you need from that collection. So you've heard me talk about the ink refill. So let me show you what I mean. So here we've got So Saffron, and here is an ink refill. As a refresher, an ink refill is a very concentrated bottle of ink. You can get a lot of fills out of this. So when you notice that your ink pad is starting to not stamp as clearly as you'd like to, it's looking faded, what you want to do is add those refills. So I just take and add some drops to it. I use the nozzle to kind of work it in, and then I usually go the other direction and add some ink this way. And then same thing, just use the nozzle. If you have like a takeaway spoon, you could use that, right? Like a throwaway spoon. You could use that to kind of work it in, but the nozzle works just as well. So that's what I'm saying when you need refills, to make sure that you have that. Now, I always go ahead and use a little hole punch to put the cardstock color on. It just makes it easier when I've got them stored to know what color that is. So Saffron is one of the colors. So let's go ahead and do some crafting with these. So the first thing I wanted to do is bring in a retiring stamp set. So this retiring stamp set is Campology. And this is one that will never leave my collection. My oldest daughter, Emily, loves camping. She loves the outdoors. So I can see many cards being made with this over the years for her and her colleagues. My kids always ask me for cards to share with their friends. So yeah, this I think will be in my collection for a long time. I'm bringing in a couple of pieces of cardstock. So we've got Basic White and Soft Suede. Soft Suede is another one of our retiring colors. This one is definitely the one that I've heard the most about from all of you about being sad about. Soft Suede is a great neutral, but I do have to say I've seen the new colors that are coming, and we do have some really beautiful neutrals coming in. I've been through several color changes in my career, 20 years, I see a lot of things. So I can honestly say that even though we feel sad for our favorite colors that leave us, it doesn't take long before we fall in love with the new colors and we are okay with it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, we'll have our moment of silence for Soft Suede, but I promise you're going to love what's coming. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my Soft Suede ink, and we're going to use the lantern from the Campology stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that onto my Basic White. Oh, I don't like the way that's stamped. Let's do it again. So we're going to flip it over. There we go, much better. Okay, and now I wanted to just mention that these dies are not retiring. These ones are called the Deckled Rectangles dies. They are really good for layering, so I did use those to cut out both the Basic White and the Soft Suede piece. Hello, happy Friday, Ethel. Okay, now I'm going to bring in that recently inked So Saffron, and I'm bringing in one of my mini blending brushes. This is a perfect size for this, what I'm about to do here. So I'm going to just go right from the lantern and go to the outside like that. And then that gives us that nice glow from the lantern. So next I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and we'll add those onto the back of the Basic White. And we're going to layer this onto the deckled rectangle, just like so. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of that awesome vellum that I did a whole episode on last week. I'm going to use my postage stamp. I don't remember if this is a current punch or not. I keep favorites in my collection. And I'm just going to punch part of it. So now we'll flip this over, add a bit of adhesive on the back, and then we're going to layer this. I'm using my grid paper to line it up. We're going to layer this on just like that. So it just creates that little bit of extra detail there. Now I'm also bringing in a piece of Designer Series paper. So this is from the Adventure Suite. And so we're just going to add that into the background. And I also wanted to show you a quick bow tying trick. Many of you have seen this before, but if you're new here, welcome. So I'm going to take some linen thread, and I'm just going to take this little bow tie. This is not a Stampin' Up! Product. This is just something that a friend made for my classroom. So these little dowlings can move, and I've got it on the smallest setting. So on the opposite side of the pegs, I put the thread, and then I switch hands with the thread. The piece that's on the bottom goes through the pegs at the top, and the other piece goes through at the bottom. So I haven't done any tying yet. Now I tie a knot and slide it off, and I've got this cute little bow. Okay, so let's bring back in our focal point, and I'm going to use my mini glue dots. I like to kind of roll it off just so that when you've got something fine like the linen thread, you don't have extra glue dot poking out, but that's just going to hold that in place. So it just kind of adds to that natural look. And let me skip ahead and show you the finished card. So here we have the finished one, and you'll notice that there's a shimmer to the lantern. I added that with the Wink of Stella. So just by going over top, it creates that subtle platinum shimmer that looks so, so beautiful. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. It's a cute, simple card, isn't it? It's a great one for if you have male colleagues or friends that you'd like to be able to gift a card to, and you don't want to go for the standard flower card. This is kind of a nice one. Okay, we're going to move on to the next project. So this one uses a few of our retiring colors, and it also uses this suite that's retiring called Cup of Tea. So here you can see the really full suite. I mean, there's so many greetings, lots of different floral images that you can bring in, as well as these coordinating dies. So let me show you what I've done with that. So the first thing I wanted to do was stamp with mint macaron. Now I moved it, just a second. There it is. Okay, so mint macaron is one of our retiring colors, and I am going to pull in the cup that I've already cut out. And we're going to ink up this stamp and use our photopolymer eyes to stamp that image. It's mostly lined up. That's pretty good. Now, if you're somebody who does not like to eyeball, you're like, hey, I want it to be perfect every time. Let me show you a technique for that. So I am going to bring in, I've already pre-cut a cup from the basic white cardstock. And I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus, which is our stamp positioning tool. This tool is also retiring. So friends, if you don't have one, now is your time because it's not being offered in our new catalog. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken that piece of paper that I die cut out my cup from, and I'm using it as a puzzle piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in there. And you can see I'm just going to double check. Yep, lined up. So now I'm going to use my Bermuda Bay, another retiring color, and I'm going to ink up my cup. Okay, now I'm going to just shut the door and give it a press. And when I pull it up, now you have a perfectly lined up cup. So that is truly one of the perks of using the Stamparatus, is you have exact stamp placement on your dies. You can die cut a bazillion of them and use that same piece to stamp over and over. So if you're making wedding cards, thank you cards, shower invitations, anything where you have to do repeat, this is going to be really, really helpful for you. Okay, so we've got our stamped cup. So now we have those two pieces. So let's bring in our third cup. So this one is Blushing Bride, and Blushing Bride is also retiring. But I have seen the new pink and it is beautiful. So have no fear, friends. We will still have beautiful pinks in our collection. Okay, so I'm going to just remove the extra die cut pieces. And now I'm going to flip this over and add my multi-purpose glue to it. So just little dots to help try to maintain a clean edge for our adhesive. So just like that. And we'll stick that over there. I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. So we've been talking a lot about Take Your Pick in my classes recently. This is a tool I believe that you can't live without. So if you have not pulled yours out yet of your packaging, or if you're like, I haven't bothered to buy it, friend, it is time to pull that out. This little tacky end here, it's refillable in the sense that you can remove this and add a new one. But the sticky end lasts a very long time. You can imagine my Take Your Pick tools get a ton of work. And that's because, with classes and I craft every day. But I've actually never had to replace it. So that just goes to show how long you can make one tube of it last. So let's bring in now a piece of basic white, and we're going to start to build our project. So I'm going to start with the Blushing Bride piece, and I just need to find my dimensionals. There we go. So we're going to add dimensionals to the bottom like that, and this is going to go here. And then I'm going to bring in my Bermuda Bay layer, and that's going to go here. We're just going to tilt it a little bit. And then this one is going to go here. Okay, and then the next piece I brought in from that same set. There is a stamp that stamps the citrus piece, and then there's another die that cuts out more of a geometric looking lemon. I combined them. So again, I'm going to flip this over, add a little bit of glue just to the edges here, and I'm going to pick that bad boy. Take your pick it up, and we're going to layer this on top. Just like that. Cute. Okay. Oh, come on, glue. Do your work. Okay, there we go. Don't pick it up right away, Lindsay. Just let it sit. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in a dimensional, and I'm just going to tuck that underneath my cup. And this is going to stick on the edge like that. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to show you is this cutie patootie. So this was a stamp, and then I cut it out with the matching die. And then there's these teeny tiny little words. Oh, so cute. So I'm just going to bring in my memento, which is back in stock now, by the way. And we're going to stamp my greeting onto this. And it says, I just can't thank you enough. Look at, I just can't thank you enough. And it's true. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate all of you watching these videos. Okay, let's skip ahead and I'll show you the finished project. Ready? Here we go. So you can see we've got our little tea bag, and I used some linen thread so that, it's like the little tag off of the tea bag. And added it to the Sahara Sand, which is another retiring color. So all of the colors on this card are retiring, just as a heads up. Thank you for the hearts. You guys are so sweet. Okay, we're going to move on to the PYP card. So this is our finale. So for this one, we're going to use the collection that is called Brewed for You. So Brewed for You is a bundle. It's retiring, and it's really fun for those of you who have that person in your life that loves to have a good brewski. who likes to sit down and have a social beer, this is kind of fun for that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Sahara Sand, which is one of our retiring colors, and I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white. I have, where is my other stamp? Okay, I put it somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're going to use Sahara Sand, and I'm going to stamp the outline of the cup in that, but I wanted to stamp off first, so it's a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to bring in my So Saffron, so kind of a beer color, and we're going to stamp that here, like that. Actually, I want it to go a little bit darker, so I'm going to go one more time. There we go. Beautiful. And next, we would die cut this out, but I'm just going to skip that part for the sake of time. I'm going to bring in, this is like the frothy head of the beer. We're going to bring that in and we're going to stick it down onto the cup. So this, I'm going to use my glue and just add that there. And then we're going to stick this on top. So like that. Okay. And then I brought in the pearlized enamel effects, and these are making a return to our catalog, which I am so happy about because I love these things. Okay, so this is that one. Remember, you can make dots with it, and the dots will actually like self-heal so that they'll look perfectly round. But I'm going to use it in an unconventional way, and we're just going to make it so that the head of the beer is kind of enameled. Now that's going to require a little bit of time to dry, okay? So don't touch it for a little bit, but it gives you that frothy look to it. Okay, next I'm going to bring in a background piece. So here we've got one of our online exclusives. So these are things you can find just on my online store. You're not going to see them in a publication, including the upcoming annual catalog, the new catalog that comes out May 1st. And I should say, if you've placed an order with me in the last 6 months and the order was greater than $60, you are automatically going to receive the annual catalog in the mail for free. Now, if you haven't placed an order with me and you'd like a copy of the catalog, you'll need to let me know that because I don't have your address. So just reached out to me by private message. Okay, so this one here, I used So Saffron and I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I've got these great little dots. And then I used my Sahara Sand and I splattered the background, so that's kind of fun. And then I'm going to add a background piece. So I'm using my decorative circle punch, one of my favorites. We're going to punch that out with the Sahara Sand. And I'm going to add this piece to it. Now, before I do that, I want to add a little flagged end. So I'm going to go ahead and snip in the center. And then from the edge, I'm going to meet up with where I put that snip. So that's the way to try to get a more even feel. And then this will go like that, and our cup is going to go behind. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead now and show you the finished project. And here we go. So that's what I was saying. You can flag the end. Here you can see we've got our little frothy beer head, and it says another round for your birthday. And I've added in these retiring elements. These are the 2021-23 in color opal rounds. And they've got those beautiful flecks of glitter inside them, which is really, really fun. So yeah, let me show you the projects one more time. So we have the Brewed For You card. We have the cup of tea. And we have Campology. And if you're thinking to yourself, Lindsay, why don't I have these products? Head to my online store and you can shop away. Remember, get your order in by midnight. And if it's $60 or greater, you are going to receive one of those incredible bling bags. I only have just a few left, so make sure you get your order in ASAP. And watch April 4th for our retiring list and all of the wonderful discounts you're going to receive on some of those retiring products, okay? Have an amazing weekend, my friends. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for sharing this video. Much appreciated. We will craft together soon. Bye for now.